Okay, so today we're talking about 1099K reporting requirements. So the IRS just announced that there's kind of a significant change to this yet again. So back in 2021, there was a law change that basically kind of reformatted who gets a 1099K. So first of all, let's talk about what that form even is. It is a form that is reported to people who accept payments from customers or other businesses. So like historically, it's been people who sign up for credit card processing through a merchant like Square or something like that. Anybody who got $20,000 or more in payments and 200 or more individual transactions received a 1099K at the end of the year from those merchant payment processors. So as part of that, PayPal and now Venmo kind of got lumped into people who are required to report those payments. And part of a law change that happened was basically saying, okay, instead of $20,000 and 200 transactions, they dropped it down to $600 total and kind of got rid of the transaction volume requirement. The reason they do that is because they want people to report the income that they receive from payments like those, so even if you get less than $20,000, they want to make sure you're reporting it. And the only way to make sure you do that is to report it to the government on a 1099K. If they do that, then the IRS has something to match it with, and it ensures more people pay tax on the income. So this was supposed to take effect in 2022 originally, and that $600 threshold was going to be dropped down. But the IRS said, no, we need more time to prepare for that because it's going to be a huge influx of new forms. And then for 2023, we're expecting this change to take effect. They just announced a couple of weeks ago that it's still not going to take effect because they're still not ready. And the reason is simple. It's because it's millions of additional forms and they're still just, don't have the bandwidth to handle all of that with all the backlogs of other stuff from the last couple of years and COVID and all that. So they're still playing catch up and aren't ready. So they basically announced that they're going to, maintain the same threshold. So you won't get a 1099K from Venmo or PayPal this year if you have less than that $20,000 threshold. And then they announced for 2024, kind of phasing into that $600 law that's actually in place. They said, okay, we're going to go from 20 grand in 2023 to $5,000 in 2024, and then to $600 in 2025 is the hope. So while they kind of build the bandwidth and get more room for volume of those additional forms, we've got a little bit of extra time where not as many people as are going to get those forms. So that's the big change. None of this really matters because you're required to report your income regardless of if it gets reported to you or not. The IRS says that all of your worldwide income is taxable regardless of what the situation is. So they don't care if someone issues you a 1099. If you get audited and you have the income, just because no one told you had the income, you still had it. So you got to report it. So this really shouldn't change anything for anyone, but a lot of people aren't reporting their side gigs and side hustles that they get Venmo payments for or something like that. So the whole purpose of this law is to start making those people pay their fair share of taxes. So in theory, this should not change anything for you, but just keep it on your horizon over the next couple of years as they make those changes. Don't be surprised if you get that form.